Hello racing fans, and a warm welcome to Trackside, proudly brought to you by World Sports Betting. Bet with the best, bet with WSB. And it is a fantastic weekend's racing that us racing fans look forward to. We got the race meeting that will bring down the curtain on what has been an awesome high-felt racing season. Lots of feature races that we were entertained with, and of course some superb performances as well. And this weekend, well, it is a host of feature races that come through from the Big T, and it promises to be bumper pools, especially the Pick Six. And the two main events on Saturday at Turfentine will no doubt be the TAB Premier's Champions Challenge. It is a Group 1 over 2,000 meters, and then the Computer Form Sprint as well, a Group 1 over 1,000 meters. And then we move over to Scottsville on Sunday, and this will just be a warm-up to the official race meeting that will kick off Champions season next weekend, which will feature the WSB Guineas and the Phillies Guineas, and of course the Independent on Saturday Drill Hall Stakes. That will all be next weekend. But for now, we got our 4 horses to follow this weekend. I picked out 2 horses at Turfentine, 2 horses at Scottsville. So away we go with those 4 horses, and as always, 2 trebles will be up on the World Sports Betting menu. I'm going in the TAB Premier's Champions Challenge 2,000 meters, and we're going with a horse that has certainly captured our imagination. He's warmed our hearts with the performances that he's had thus far. He is the reigning Durban July champion. He's the World Sports Betting Met winner as well, and he is vying for 3 of the top 4 races. We'll call them the majors in South Africa. The other race I would include as a major will be the Summer Cup. But if he gets this one right, well, he will have 3 of those titles to his name, and that will just be a rare feat and an outstanding feat. His name is Comedy Dung. He's priced up in the red, and I think rightfully so. His main mission during his Highveld campaign has always been this race. Michelle Ricks and her team have done an outstanding job with him. He's had the warm-up run that we saw in the Horse Chestnut Stakes, where it was a creditable performance considering it was his first run in Gauteng, and he was a decent third behind what was a great performance by MK Sprite to win over 1,600 meters, and now he'll try 2,000 meters. But Gavin Larina's got a super record on this individual, and wouldn't it be something? When you look at the best weighted column, he is, for me, a clear standout. And I had a chat with Michelle Ricks during the course of the week. Thank her for taking my call, and she mentioned to me that he's come on a ton after his last start. He's settled into Gauteng exceptionally well. His jockey, Gavin Larina, has been working tirelessly back home on him, bringing him back to peak fitness. He's very happy with the progress that this horse has made from his last start, and they're expecting a bold performance. She was realistic, saying that, I'm taking on the best trainers here in Joburg, but I'm trying to accomplish this feat, trying to win in the 3 provinces, and wouldn't that be something? I think commented then he is a standout. Yes, there is form to work around with the other horses, but this, I'm hoping he'll be at his peak, which I'm sure he will be. They would have polished him up nicely after his last start. He's a superb racehorse, and really looking forward to his performance on Saturday. So Comedy Dung will be the first of our 4 runners, and hopefully he can deliver in a big way. The next runner that I like, and this is the obvious horse on the card, and I'm certain this will be a popular banker for the majority that will be playing the exotics, and this is the 4 racing Gerald Rosenberg Stakes. Is over 2,000 meters. It is a Group 2 as well, and she is a star, an absolute star. She showed it very early in her career. She was only beaten on debut as a 2-year-old. She was beaten by a stable companion called Mari Gold Hotel, and then she went on to win 5 on the bounce, and the one performance that's a standout, and it'll be a standout for a very long time when I look at performances of racehorses in races where the unthinkable happened. Yes, it was the unthinkable. How she won that Group 1 Tekwini as a 2-year-old, that was mind-blowing. She had no right to win that, and she won so well. And in this season, well, she started off as an engine quietly. Let's put it that way. Not badly, quietly. She had 3 places on the bounce, and then the Sean Terry stable have just brought her to peak fitness to reel off the Triple Tiara, which she did in fine style. All 3 legs she won very, very well, and of course rounding it off with a superb performance in the Oaks as well. She's got the blinkers back on. I see Richard Fourie has just had an outstanding relationship with us since he's partnered up, winning all 3 legs of that Triple Tiara. She is a clear standout here. This is a Group 2, and she is clear in the best weighted column as well. So Rain in Holland, she looks like a 5-star bet for the exotics, and she looks like an obvious horse that many will be including in their all-to-comes just to enhance the value of the price. Number 4, Rain in Holland, in race number 8. Those are the 2 horses at Turfentine, Cometidang and Rain in Holland. And then we move over to Scottsville on Sunday, and I like the look of both these runners that I've chosen. The first of our 2 runners at Scottsville will come up in race number 2, and this is for 2-year-olds, the Juveniles that are going over 1,400 meters. And in this race, this horse called Cousin Casey, son of Vercingetorix, who put in a very good introduction at Kenilworth over 1,000 meters, went 3rd, only beaten a length, and then took his place in that feature on World Sports Betting Met Day, and he was quietly fancied by the stable. Didn't run badly. He was 5 lengths behind Cliff Top, who was impressive from the Ellen Greef stable, and that form line of that last start. I'm just going to read that out to you. We're Jamming has won. Certainly has come out to win. Bonica has won. Cruise Control has won, and there have been subsequent winners as well. Grinkoff and Clifftop winning in Kabeja. So the form line's looking good. When it comes to the extra distance, that should be no issue. The siblings, Clever Cathy and Bait Tibbs, all got 1,400 meters, and all he needs to do is just not be green from a wide draw going around the turn at a tricky course, Scottsville. But I think we'll leave that in Donovan Dillon's hands. He's riding superbly well. He gets the chance here on number 10, Cousin Casey. There will be horses that will no doubt improve in a big way over this distance of 1,400 meters. These young juveniles, from one run to the next, it's hard to assess the improvement they're going to be making, but I think there's plenty of scope for this horse. And over the 7-furlong trip, you can see the way they priced him up well ahead of the balance of the field. Number 10, Cousin Casey. He's going to be a confident choice there in race number 2, and we'll see how he goes just on the strength of his form line on World Sports Betting Met Day. He looks like a horse that's ready to win. And then a one runner that was superb on debut comes up in race number 6, and this is the 4th of our 4 horses. This is the Godolphin Barb Stakes. It's a Group 3 over 1,100 meters, and a horse that I was super impressed with. And if you watched the replay, well, you'd have stood up and took notice, because his name is Prophet. He's trademark Corne species, well related. As we know, he's a half-brother to a horse that won the Guineas up in Gauteng called Monkshood before leaving to go overseas for a campaign. He was trained by Alistair Gordon. Anthony Delpeche used to ride him. Of course, Anthony was then retained by a Vilgerbos Drift and Mary Slacker. Monkshood raced in those colors. And this son of Kerari, well, first time out, he showed that he's just built with natural ability. The way he made it look very, very easy. And whilst we know that these juveniles, all of them are going to be improving. All of them are going to be going from strength to strength, from one run to the next. It's difficult to compare the form lines from Cape Town, from KZN, from Gauteng, put them all together. These are young horses. They are unexposed. But on what he's shown on debut, I think he just looks like a natural athlete who's got a bright future if he just continues from his introduction to racing, which was a 5-star performance. So number 5, Profit. I'm going in confident. Yes, there's opposition. There's always opposition. And there's some smart horses in this field as well. 1100 meters, Group 3, Godolphin Bob. All in here. Number 5, Profit. Well, those trebles are going to be up on the World Sports Betting menu. And I'll just read out those trebles for you. It'll be Comedy Ding into Rain in Holland into Profit at Scottsville. And then Rain in Holland into Cousin Casey into Profit at Scottsville. What else is happening, you may ask? Well, there's lots happening. The one thing that we did see was the entries for this year's Durban July. And what we did see was, there were a few surprise entries. There were entries that were bubbling under, that have work to do to try and qualify or get a mention into this year's Durban July. But I just want to have a look quickly on what World Sports Betting have up for the Durban July anti-post entry stage. Well, they got Comedy Ding, who we're tipping confidently to win the Tab Premiers Champions Challenge on Saturday as the 8-1 favorite. Anti-post for the July. Linebacker and Safe Passage are both at 11-1. Pump and Power at 12-1, 13-1 about Sparkling Water. She takes a place against Comedy Ding over the weekend. You got Goedspreid at 14-1. Double Superlative, very, very interesting. 3-year-old, himself and Pump and Power. Hopefully we see them clash next weekend in the World Sports Betting Guineas. Rain in Holland, well, she races this weekend. She's part of our play. She's talented, very talented. 17-1, and I think it's 20-1 and better. Those seem to be the horses that are below 20-1 on the World Sports Betting menu for the Durban July. And then one more thing, well, you always get anti-post way in advance, and we got the entries out for the World Sports Betting Guineas and the Phillies Guineas. I just want to go to the Guineas quickly, guys, and give you an update there. They got the Phillies Guineas, they got Under Your Spell at 13-10 after a superb performance behind Princess Keller. No surprises here at the top of the boards, but the value of the balance for me was impressed with the way she won last time out. Supreme Quest at 4.5-1. She looks the value of the balance. That's the Phillies Guineas. What's happening in the Guineas proper? Well, we'll see if Double Superlative and Pomp and Power. Wow, both these snake runners are 33-10. They can't split them. Unfortunately, Double Superlative will have to jump from the widest of the draws, and also drawn a bit wide is Pomp and Power. They're both at 33-10. Waterbury Lane, what a performance to win last time out. 11-2. Cosmic Highway, he's a talented horse. He's at 7-1. 7.5-1 about Zappatellis, and it's 10-1 and better. The balance, that's something to look forward to next weekend. Maybe you want to play a few doubles from this weekend into anti-post for the Guineas and the Phillies Guineas next week. Okay, guys, that is a wrap of our show. We got our 4 to follow. It's a bumper weekend when it comes to local racing. I trust that you're all going to have a wonderful weekend punting, finding all the winners. Maybe find yourself in the winner's queue as well. And on behalf of World Sports Betting, thanks to all the punters, but more importantly and more especially, thanks to you, the valued customer. You have a wonderful weekend, and until next week, you take care. Salaniga.